All right, happy Monday evening, everybody. Welcome to A Soccer Fan Walks Into a Bar. We have Naz here beside me. I'm Dave. We are broadcasting live from Newburgh Brewing Company in our CDU Newburgh studios here in the bowels of the building. First and foremost, I'm still recovering from that 4-4 draw that I just live streamed. That match had it all. Is your mic on? Nope. There we go.
Nope. There we go.
There we are.
Now it's on.
So beyond that, if I'm a little scattered, please bear with me. That match had it all. It was great for the neutral fan, not so much for the Bournemouth fan. Although, again, to get the point. After,
I think you take a draw.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, especially against where United's sitting right now.
Yeah. It's like so. First of all, well, we'll talk about it later. But first and foremost, I think maybe thank you, Naz, for my.
Oh, you're welcome.
My Christmas present here. If you can't see, this is an AC Milan hat. And for those of you that know me, I grew up as an AC Milan fan. That was my first love. They are still in with me, and especially now with Christian Pulisic lighting it up for. Yeah,
I originally thought Bournemouth, but then I was like, he's got Bournemouth scarf,
I have
Bournemouth
everything
cup,
Bournemouth.
Everything. I was like, you know what? All right, let me search for the AC Milan.
I have an AC Milan winter
beanie, yep.
But this is I'm loving it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas.
Oh, and to you and yours, we should do like a what would you get X player for Christmas? Yeah. as a fun little. Maybe we'll post that up on our.
What would you get Messi some golden boots?
No, what is Messi doesn't need anything. But yeah, let's come up.
Well, he got his trophy for Christmas. That's what
there you go. Yeah, and MLS Cup title.
So no failure, right?
Exactly. No, that was a like we said. I tried to qualify it as the playoffs went on, but again, you know, Messi's not coming to MLS to finish runner-up in the MLS Cup.
No.
So, anyway, let's jump right into the Premier League action. We normally try to go chronologically, but today just because we are literally
fresh
on the heels of
it,
and I'm still buzzing. We got to get one of those heart rate monitors to tie down to us.
Put it, attach it to the.
Yeah.
You can. There are some streamers that play.
Gamers, when they
play the scary ones. And they have it on them. Yeah.
So, at Old Trafford, Manchester United hosting AFC Bournemouth. I was extremely pessimistic about the potential result here. I was not looking forward to seeing the final score. Take you behind the curtain a little bit. I did appear on a UK-based Premier League talk show this morning, and they held my feet to the flames, asking for a prediction. I went on a limb and said 2-2. I did think there were going to be goals in this match.
Well, they doubled it.
I did not think there would be 8 goals in the game.
I think what's amazing is not one brace. It's all 8 different players. Yep. No own goals this time.
No own goals. That'll be a topic for pretty much every other match on the weekend. But yeah, so Ahmad opened the scoring in the 13th minute. Antoine Semenyo leveled things. Bournemouth came out. First of all, Tyler Adams, by the way, came off with an injury in the 5th minute. So I'm still waiting to hear and look at any reports about the severity. It looked like he kind of stuck his leg out to block a shot, and the ball hit his foot and kind of caused his knee to twist a little bit. So I'm hoping it's just like an overextension of the knee.
God, I can't with the injuries this year.
I know.
There's just so many.
I know.
I don't know if maybe it's because I'm more fixed in on the season now that we're reporting it, but it just feels like this season's got a lot.
Yeah. So hopefully it's an insignificant injury, and for Bournemouth and U.S. national team's sake, he's back flying 100% fit, ASAP. But after that, Bournemouth really seemed to sink in and not be playing well. They did get that 40th minute goal from Semenyo, and they started to look really good toward the end of the first half, and then an absolute howler from Georgi Petrovic, leading to Casemiro's goal off the corner. But just like, again, I'm not claiming I know everything, but coming out of halftime, I did say, one thing Iraola has almost always gotten right is his personnel and tactical changes at halftime.
Yeah.
And within 40 seconds of the second half starting, Evan Nielsen scored, getting on the score sheet to draw things level. 52nd minute, a wonderful free kick goal from Marcus Tavernier. And then 2 goals in 3 minutes, including a very nice Bruno Fernandes free kick goal. And then Krupi Jr., the teenage sensation, with his 5th goal this Premier League season in the 84th minute, and notwithstanding, Lemons, the Man U goalkeeper, made 2 brilliant saves in the last couple minutes to keep the match at 4-4. It could have been 6-6 or 7-7 in all honesty. Yeah. So it was a great match for the neutral. My heart rate was up and down the whole match. We were definitely in squeaky bum time, as I like to refer to it.
The whole game.
But that, the winless streak continues for Bournemouth. Although I will say, on the road at Man U, you take the point.
Yep.
You live to fight another day. They have Burnley and Brentford coming up. 2 matches that, again, nothing is guaranteed in this world, but they should be able to take, I would say, at least 4 points out of the next 2 matches.
Yeah.
So things are hopefully looking up for Bournemouth. This is now the 3rd consecutive match at Old Trafford that they've scored 3 or more goals.
Yep.
So, they're doing some things right. Obviously, defensively, you never want to concede 4. But to put 4 in on Man United with the different types of players scoring that they have, it's good all around. Kluivert did not score, but he looked very dangerous at times. David Brooks came off the bench, looked very dangerous. So that being said, it is a good start to the festive season, I think, for Bournemouth, and hopefully they can push through and get back to the upper tier of the Premier League table. Elsewhere, Chelsea-Everton. This was a somewhat surprising, top of the table matchup. I think it was 5th and 6th place at the time, and an absolute drubbing from Chelsea. Mm-hmm. The scoreline maybe not reflecting it, but 2-0. They had 16 shots, 5 on target. Everton only 1 shot on target throughout the whole match. Nearly 60% possession for Chelsea, and Chelsea keeps on chugging along, and they're now 8 points back of mm-hmm. leaders Arsenal, but in 4th place. Again, what they are doing with Maresca and this squad of what seems like 50, 60 guys is nothing short of incredible.
Yeah, they do have a bit of a run coming up, though. I think they have Villa coming up as well. I know Villa specifically has United, Man City, Chelsea, I think. Or no, sorry. They have United, Chelsea, Arsenal.
So Chelsea are at Cardiff tomorrow in the EFL Cup. At Newcastle,
Villa home
against Villa, and then they
Bournemouth.
play Bournemouth again.
And then there you go. That was it. The 4th one I saw was the City.
And then Man City.
Yeah, so they do have a tough thing coming up. Again, this will put them to the test of where they stand. It was nice to not see them get a red card.
Yeah.
I guess that's what happens when they play with their heads on. Yeah, so.
You certainly are onto something there.
Yeah.
So Chelsea takes all 3. And moving elsewhere, Liverpool hosting Brighton. We were watching this one live upstairs. Yep. A first-minute goal from Hugo Ekitike, and that was pretty much all Liverpool needed against Brighton.
I think the big issue here is that I guess you could say Liverpool was lucky that Brighton was not on target.
Oh, yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Brighton had a lot of finishing, or they had a lot of attempts at finishing, and then just could not make their mark. Yeah.
And again, we've talked about this. It's one of the topics I talk about consistently with Bournemouth. Mm-hmm. Unless you have 70, 80 million pounds to throw at a Hugo Ekitike or an Isak or a Gyökeres or
I mean the Gyökeres plan's not really working, but I think the big issue is not necessarily having the money to do that. I think the issue is the Premier League right now has a striker problem.
Yeah.
They're very set on their plays and their formulas, and unless you're physically feeding your striker, we're finding that open play from strikers is getting less and less as the years go on.
That's a really good shout. We were actually talking about it a little bit in chat during the Bournemouth Man U game today about, like, you know, do you want to be in possession? Do you prefer a counter-attacking team?
Yep.
And obviously, you know, Pep Guardiola and tiki-taka took over the world.
Yep.
But only, you know, maybe half a dozen teams in the world have the talent across their squad to play that style. And we seem to be, I'm going to say reverting, but I don't necessarily mean like we're going back in time and progression. We're not regressing in that sense, but we do seem to be reverting to more of a traditional, you know, Route 1 style play.
Yep.
You know, a little bit more predictable, a little bit less, you know, creative false nine kind of stuff. But the forwards that we have right now are not suited to that style of play, because they
at least in the Premier League.
Yeah.
At least in the Premier League. Like you're seeing strikers elsewhere. Kane's doing miracles in the, you know, again,
he just hit 50 goals this calendar year.
Last two seasons, Gyökeres was lighting up the Portuguese league, but again, that's the Portuguese league. The team was built around him.
Yep.
So again, the Premier League is very rough in the fact that it has to be a whole squad to get something out of it. And right now, we're seeing strikers taking the brunt of it because of that.
Yeah.
You know, they're getting a lot of heat for not being able to score the 20, 30 goals a season we're used to. You know?
Let's also, again, one of the things that has changed drastically in the game is, and we've always talked about this as a positive, but all these set piece coaches.
It's become methodical. Yes.
And with that, you now have, you know, Harry Maguire, Gabriel, John Stones, Ruben Diaz, Gvardiol scored the other day. You know, Saliba. You have consistently now defenders scoring.
Correct.
4, 6,
yeah, those used to be like the one or twosies that used to come from outside the box, you know, because that's where they were set up.
Obviously, you know, his position has become very fluid over the last couple of years. But a guy like Mikel Merino, you know,
nobody even knows where he plays anymore.
He doesn't even know, but wherever he is, he seems to be successful.
Yes.
But yeah, so that could be another factor in why we're not seeing these, you know, outside of an Erling Haaland, these prolific goal scorers.
Correct. But we're seeing more from wingers.
Yeah.
Right. You're seeing Phil Foden's on the uprise right now. Obviously, Trossard and Martinelli every time they come on are scoring from outside.
Look at Bournemouth. You have Kluivert, Semenyo, David Brooks, Tavernier, like all these guys.
Yeah, your wingers are essentially playing the striking role right now.
Up until this year, Mo Salah, you know, that's where goals are coming from.
Yep.
Luis Diaz before, you know, so you're definitely getting those kinds of goals now, less so from a traditional big number 9.
Yep.
All right, moving elsewhere. Speaking of the own goals you were talking about before, Arsenal hosting first place last place Wolves.
Yep.
In our Discord, I did kind of poke fun at you prior to the match where I said, "Hey, you know."
Oh no, I said it that morning. I said it Saturday morning that this is the game that they tend to lose.
And I said, you know, all kidding aside, it would make for great punditry and drama if the first place team at home lost to not just the last place team, but a team that almost halfway through the season has not registered a win yet.
Now here's the thing: is that like you were also saying that they have to win sometime, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And they have several games that they were 1-0. They tied against Tottenham, who again at that time were up at the top.
Right.
Again, like so you go back and you look at some of their losses, and it's a very slim margin.
Yeah.
So that it's. I feel like it's more unlucky from Wolves rather than they're just playing terribly.
Yeah. I don't necessarily totally disagree with that. I do think part of it is just they've been, over the last few years, they've been stripped of parts, but also they haven't come in and replaced a lot of those guys either.
Correct. I think with them, they're always, every time they leave a game, they're just like, what happened?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So as it stood on Saturday, after 90 minutes, Wolves scored 3 goals. The problem is 2 of them were in their own net.
Listen, I have always you probably heard me every time we sit and we do a watch live. I am I don't know how to say it. I am a pundit for put the ball in the box.
Yeah.
I don't care
yeah.
how
Put it in
you
a
do it.
dangerous
I don't
area.
care what you have to do to do
Absolutely.
it. It's going to ping pong around, and it's going to make its way into the back of the net.
Absolutely.
And
Whether it's an own goal,
Yes.
whether it's a deflection that gets onto Gabby Jesus'
correct.
foot,
Whether
it's
whether it's a bad deflection
Yeah.
from the they pull the goalkeeper out, bad deflection.
Yeah.
It happens, and
you
I've
put
always
yourself
Yeah.
in a dangerous area, and you know what else happens a lot with that is you force a defender into an uncomfortable position and earn a penalty.
No, a penalty, yeah.
So yeah.
So again, even though Arsenal did not score a goal from any of their stuff, they created chances by just putting the ball in the box
Right.
on an off day.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
again, we're saying it
Yeah.
as mostly just banter, and funnily enough, I texted you this morning.
You also got to remember too. Wolves was playing 10 men. In
Oh
that.
yeah.
The entire again, I didn't watch the game because I had to take Sadie home. No, I had to
value
take
mental health.
I had to take Sadie home. She goes home at 11:30.
Yeah.
By the time I got back and everything was set and all that kind of stuff, the game, I had already been talking
Yes.
to pair and all that, and I went back and I watched the things, and it was just every time Arsenal had the ball, it was 10 men in the box.
Yep.
And there was nothing they could do about it.
No, you're definitely on it. But you know, we were texting this morning 'cause the show I was on. Their opener was basically one of the hosts saying like,
Yeah.
Arsenal fan, what is with the pessimism? Like, why are you guys like this? Like,
Oh, we've
great,
become no.
I get it, you didn't score, but like, it's not the end of the world. You got 3 points.
Arsenal has become, so I can tell you right now, two things they've become. They've become pessimistic, and they have followed the blame game.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's to Arsenal fans' fault. I think it's to the fault of the artificial pressure that has been put on Arsenal team to win something.
Yeah.
Right. Again, you go from 8th, you take 2nd 3 years in a row. You won an FA Cup 5 years ago. You're supposed to be this team with with a storied history, a storied past.
Right.
And again, you can chalk it up to the same thing in NFL being the Dallas Cowboys. They were great back in the day. They haven't done anything since. And that's the issue is now the fans are, I want something. I don't want nothing. I want something.
Right. What I will say, and to your point, Arsenal have not won in recent history, so there is that to be said for it. But if the shoe were on the other foot, and this was, Liverpool in first, and trying to defend their title, and they win 2-1 thanks to 2 own goals, all that would come out of this is, look at that, they grinded out that match.
Think about
team
this.
of destiny. They're
think about this. Arsenal was 7 points ahead, right? 7 points ahead, and all we got from any opposing fan was, "You're going to bottle it. You're going to bottle it. You're going to bottle it." And guess what happens? They are now 2 points ahead.
Yep.
And that's the thing. People are like, "Oh, well, Liverpool's having a bad season." No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not. Manchester United's having a bad season. No, they're not.
Yeah.
Look where they are. So people, we were so early in the season that 2 losses early in the season looked terrible. Now they're literally vying for 4th. They're 2 points behind 4th place. They're literally 10 points behind 1st place, which is as easy as 2 losses.
Honestly, the further we get into this season, the longer I still think like it's too early in the season. At this point, I'm thinking like, let's ignore. Obviously, we're never going to ignore the table, but let's ignore the table until February 1st, and then we'll see where everyone is at. Let's just
we
play the
have
game.
We still have the EFL Cup. We still have the Champions League. We still have the FA Cup. And you don't know how Arteta's going to take them, right? Again, if he wants to win something, he needs to take the EFL seriously. He's not going to. We play Palace next. I can guarantee you he's going to be putting 2nd and 3rd stringers. Maybe it's a name we've never seen before.
Yep.
But that's what it is. I take the win. As an Arsenal fan, the last thing I'll say is I take the win. It doesn't matter how we got it. I'm just glad that we have freaking 7 days off.
Right. And you know what?
We play Saturday at 8 p.m.
To your point, again, let the pundits talk. Let the whether they're Arsenal fans or Arsenal enemies, let them all talk. You're home with 3 points. Doesn't matter how you got there. They all count the same.
Yep.
Nobody.
We have Everton at home next. We have Everton away next. That's it.
If Arsenal
that's all we need to focus on.
Winning the league, nobody is going to go back and say, "Oh yeah, but you beat Wolves with 2 own goals."
Yeah.
Nobody cares. So, all right, elsewhere. This is a match that I thought was going to be a blowout, and it turned out I was right. Crystal Palace hosting Man City, 3-0 away from home in favor of Man City. 2 goals for Holland, another goal for Foden. They seem to be getting back to their traditional form and really clicking.
They were sharp. The issue here was Palace was not.
Right.
While Palace was more in control from the attacking side, Man City made good with their chances.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm still not a City fan. I cannot sit here and support them in their win.
Oh,
but
of course, yeah.
again,
I get it.
They did what they were supposed to do. They walked into Palace. They won 3-0. They're sitting in second place. They have okay games coming up.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But it is what it is. City.
And again, this is why I said
again, Holland does what Holland does.
Right.
That's it. It's.
I think the mark will be when Champions League resumes.
Yeah.
So early mid-February. Then I think for the most part we'll know where everyone.
Like I said, my biggest thing is okay, cool. Holland scored again.
Yeah.
Holland scored again. Holland scored. Okay, cool.
Yep.
What happens if Holland goes down?
Yeah. All right. So the last match that I want to talk very briefly about in the Premier League, Sunderland hosting Newcastle, the Tyne-Wear Derby, the first time in years that this has been a Premier League derby. And Nick Waltamati, own goal, gives Sunderland the lead and the win. Only 3 shots on target between both teams. But for me, the funniest part, and I posted this, I think, in the Discord, Sunderland with ultimate shithousery on the scoreboard had Sunderland and visitors. So they refused to even acknowledge Newcastle United I loved it.
Again, you haven't been here in years. You got to take a dig when you can.
Yeah. And
who knows? Maybe it worked.
Petty and hilarious, and I love both parts of it.
Yeah.
So that will be it.
Their tifo was nice.
Yes. So that'll be it for our coverage of the week abroad. We'll be right back, guys, after a quick break. 100 miles to home and what's on tap. All right, stay tuned. All right, welcome back to A Soccer Fan Walks Into a Bar. I have Naz beside me here. I'm Dave. We just wrapped up our week abroad, our coverage of Premier League action, including the Monday Night Football 4-4 battle between Man United and AFC Bournemouth. And we are back here for a quick little portion of 100 Miles to Home. For those of you new to the show, 100 Miles to Home covers professional and semi-pro soccer, both on the field and off, in our local area. We happen to be in the Hudson Valley of New York, so Red Bulls, Gotham, NYCFC, Westchester SC, Cosmos that are coming out, Hudson Valley Hammers that literally is 5-6 blocks from us right here. So obviously we are in the American off season at this time, but New York Red Bulls, what's that?
Which will be changing soon.
Yes, that will be changing in the 2027 season.
Correct.
But New York Red Bulls have hired U.S. men's national team legend Michael Bradley as their next manager. Bradley just finished up his first year as Red Bull 2 coach. They did win the MLS Next championship. He actually came up through the Metro Stars youth systems when his father, Bob Bradley, was the manager of Metro Stars.
Always excited to see a player becoming a manager. Always excited.
I saw rumors of this a week or two ago in some of the Red Bull subreddits and stuff. I commented, I said, hey, as an NYCFC fan, I do think eventually he'll be a good manager. Personally, I think it's too early in his career to be an MLS head coach, but the proof will be in the pudding, and we'll see what happens. Obviously, he's got a long track record of being on coaching staffs. Thanks to his father, he was in Swansea, I think, for a while. He was at Stabæk with his dad for a while. He's always been a pretty cerebral player. So I do think he has what it takes to eventually be a good manager. I just don't know if this Red Bull squad is the right starting point for that coaching career. It'll remain to be seen. On the flip side of things, it's tough to turn down the first big opportunity to get into it. So, I certainly don't fault him for taking the job. It's a team that he's familiar with.
It's one of those things where the team does well, you can blame him. The team does bad, you can blame him.
Yeah.
And it's a very thin line to walk on. So I wish him well. I hope that, obviously with Red Bulls being a New York team, I hope that he does well.
Right.
And we'll see what happens in the coming year.
All right, let's move on over to what's on tap. We have a pretty chock full weekend. Some of these matches we're going to talk about will be live here in the tap room. Some are just matches that I think are worth a good look. We will kick off our weekend Friday afternoon with Hudson Valley Borussia, our Borussia Dortmund supporters club, right here upstairs, as they host Borussia Mönchengladbach. That is Friday the 19th at 2:30. They've been kind of up and down. They had that midweek draw against Bodo Glimt. I did also just see that LA Galaxy player Marco Reus has become an official BVB ambassador. So good for them, good for him. I would love to see Reus come to New York and to Newburgh to do some Dortmund events with us up here in the tap room. I think that would be fantastic. We are modeled after a German beer hall, after all, so that would be a fun thing to do. And then Saturday morning, we have a triple header at 10 a.m. All three of our Premier League supporters clubs are in action. Man City hosting West Ham, Brighton hosting the aforementioned Sunderland, who just won against Newcastle. Brighton struggling a little bit of late, trying to find their way back into the top half of the table. And then AFC Bournemouth, on the heels of that 4-4 draw just now, will host Burnley. So I think, and then they have Brentford next week. So if they can come up with, the win there and then another 4 or potentially 6 points, as we look on the table, they're right back into eyeing the European spots. Mm-hmm. So a very action-packed early kickoff time. And then after that, obviously, we'll try our best. We do have some other events, and we're in college football, bowl season, and anything and everything. So we'll see what we can get on. But in terms of other matches, I think that are worth a watch. Spurs hosting Liverpool. A traditional pair of powerhouses that are all over the place right now. Although Liverpool is seemingly back on the good, getting into some sort of semblance and getting back into the European spots. Maybe will Mo Salah be there? That remains to be seen. Will he be in the 18? Who knows? Also at 12:30, RB Leipzig hosting Bayer Leverkusen. I believe that is second and fourth place in the Bundesliga. So another top half of the battle between those two German giants. Leverkusen obviously have had their run of managers lately since Xabi Alonso left. Erik ten Hag lasted, I think, about 14 days and before he was fired. So that'll be a good one to watch.
A little rough to see when you did so well in the previous season and then all of a sudden you just...
Yeah, I mean, they lost their manager. They lost,
Who do you think's regretting it more? Do you think Alonso's regretting leaving more, or do you think them losing Alonso are they regretting it more? With where Alonso's sitting right now with Madrid.
I still think Leverkusen. I shouldn't say regrets it, because realistically, Xabi Alonso is a former Madrid player. I think you expect to lose him eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. I just don't see you losing him after winning. What essentially has been won by Munich for years.
He did stay the year after they won the double. He drove them through a Champions League campaign. And I think, again, for them, who, while I said he's a former Madrid player, he also is a former Bayern Munich player.
Yeah.
And to lose him to not Bayern Munich, I think mentally gives them a little bit of the sigh of relief that we haven't lost him to, the evil empire that is Bayern Munich. Yeah. Saturday afternoon, a few more games of interest. Juve Roma, I think that's 5th and 6th in Serie A. Juve has been all over the place, as has Roma. The Serie A title is wide open. You have 4 or 5 teams that realistically could be winning it. AC Milan had a 2-2 draw on the weekend.
It is 4th and 5th.
Yeah, 4th and 5th. There you go.
Yeah.
So we have. I just want to see the point spread on this. You have the top 4 are only 3 points apart.
Correct.
So if Roma can edge Juve here, that would keep all 4 of them right in the race. You have Inter on 33. AC Milan on 32, Napoli 31, AS Roma on 30, and then a little bit of a gap, but again, a second grouping of Juve on 26, Bologna 25, Como on 24, and then Lazio, Sassuolo, Udinese, and Cremonese, surprisingly.
Milan feeling the Arsenal this year with the 5 draws and only 1 loss.
Dude, it's been don't get me started. It has been just, I don't even know. They've been fun to watch. Pulisic is playing out of his mind. I love seeing Luka Modric kind of helping pull the strings there. If Rafa Leao can get back on track and really do something, I think Milan have the firepower to overtake Inter, but I think Inter, as much as it pains me to say it, overall have a better and deeper squad. What Milan have going for them is they're not competing in Europe right now, so it's just weekend. None of the extra travel in the midweek matches. So I think that might be the advantage of Milan's as the season progresses, as wear and tear takes its effect on these players.
Yep.
In the 3 o'clock window, we have Everton hosting Arsenal, as well as Real Madrid hosting Sevilla. Sevilla, I want to say, is in maybe 7th place. But this could be... No, Sevilla's in 9th. I apologize. Many pundits and all kind of resources point to this potentially being Xabi Alonso's last match at Madrid. If it is not... Certainly, if they don't win a home match against 9th place Sevilla, where they already have 5 non-wins in their 17 matches in La Liga, I think the pressure is there. I think it's enough. Certainly, with an ugly draw or loss, I do think Xabi Alonso might be out at Madrid. I don't know who they bring in to replace him.
Again, it's got to be a La Liga thing, but I just don't understand how a 12-3-2 team gets rid of their manager.
I don't. It's not a La Liga thing. It's a Real Madrid thing. It's just
it's a Madrid Barcelona.
Yeah. No. I think
because Barcelona was in the same.
I mean,
predicament, they'd get rid of theirs.
Carlo Ancelotti won Champions League and they still fired him.
Yeah.
Like that is just a.
Sorry, Ange won. Ange won the Europa,
but
they still fired him.
There's a difference between Europa and Champions League.
So
we all agree. But I think. Florentino Perez, just the demands that he and the fan base at Madrid put on players and managers is unlike anything else.
Yep.
But that's one of the reasons why these top players and managers want to go there. You want to be in the spotlight under the pressure, and if you can succeed at Madrid, then I'm not a Madrid fan. But if you can succeed there, you've essentially done it all. And there is something to be said for the bar being that high and still surpassing it. Yeah. So I think it's almost everyone's dream to go beyond that and succeed at Madrid, whether you're a Madrid fan or not. I just think that there's that kind of vibe there. Yeah. And then Sunday, Barcelona travel to Villarreal. And again, this combined with the Madrid match could turn the league back on it. Well, maybe not turn the league back on its head, but it could make this a potentially a 3-horse race again. If Madrid get a point or 3 points and Villarreal beat Barcelona, we're right back into
on the heels.
A mix-up of who's where. Obviously, Atleti are, I think, fading, but not completely out of it just yet. We'll see. Although I'm just now realizing also, Villarreal are 8 points back, but they have 2 matches in hand as well.
Yes.
I did not notice that prior. So Villarreal, where Barcelona and Madrid have played 17 respectively, Villarreal have only played 15. So even more so, a win home against Barcelona
Yep.
could potentially even put them in the driver's seat.
I mean, yeah. So if you get a Madrid win, a Villarreal win, and the Villarreal wins again, you've got 43, 42, 42.
Yeah.
So you have them essentially 1 point of each other.
Yeah. And again, to your point, one of the things if there is something to not like about La Liga, it's exactly that, where it's okay. Who's winning this year? Is it Barca or Madrid?
Well, like I said,
So
it's a 2.5. It seems to be
Right.
a 2.5 horse race every year.
And I think,
And this year, it looks like the half horse is going to be Villarreal.
yeah, I think, obviously, I might be in the minority on this, but I think the problem isn't necessarily that it's only Barca and Madrid winning it. It's that they almost often have no other competition. Also, I don't think anyone. I shouldn't say anyone. Cares, to have a Villarreal or an Atleti or a Girona a couple of years ago, to have them at least in the race until the bitter end, gives some pause. Okay, here we are. Like we've got something.
I mean, obviously, what I'm going to say is not true, but what it feels like from an outside person looking in is it's basically. It comes down to Barcelona versus Real Madrid 2 times a season. Who takes those?
Right.
And then do both of them beat the third place team enough to take that away from them?
Yeah. And quite often it does wind up being, a 9 to 10 point gap. Here, case in point, last year.
Yeah.
Barcelona on 88, Real Madrid in 84.
And then Madrid on 76.
Atleti on 76.
Yeah. So again, it was like they face each other. They beat up on the third place team who drops enough.
Right.
And then it basically comes down to who won both of their matchups.
The year before, Real Madrid beats Barcelona by 10 points.
Yeah.
And that's as far back.
Yeah, and Girona sitting freaking 14 points.
Yeah. So your point is well founded.
Yeah.
And again, we all just hope to see the mix of multiple teams and multiple permutations, not just okay, who's Madrid got, who's Barca got, and nobody cares about the rest.
It essentially makes for good football when one of them lose. Because it's like what did you do to make them lose? You know? Like Real Madrid losing 3-0 to the City at home. Yeah. Which was funny because I saw City fans were like, "Oh, no, not everyone can do it," and I'm like, "Didn't Arsenal do it last season?" Home and away.
Yeah. All right. That is just about it for us. We will jump over to one for the road. What do you got, Naz?
As you know, I like to keep up with the Greek league.
Yeah.
My father likes to send me. So to take a poke at the bull, AEK won 5-0 in their most recent game. They've been on fire as of late, beating top team in. They have the most goals in Conference League. They beat the first place in Conference League.
Samsunspor.
Yep. They are now sitting 1 point behind Olympiacos in second place because Olympiacos and PAOK both dropped points over the season. If they can keep it going, it's nice. I think Olympiacos at this point will probably take the. It won't be a surprise if they take the season, but. Group C league.
So right now, I don't even know. I should be more educated on this. Do they play every team twice, or?
Yeah. So they play every team twice, and then they cut the top 6 will play against each other for a playoff, and then the bottom 6 will play a playoff for who goes down.
I believe that is that called the Swiss system, or there's a couple other countries that do that.
Yeah, you'll play the top 6 will play each other again twice, home and away.
I do kind of like that, and then I just want to see I would assume there's a cup also, right?
Yes, there is a Greek League Cup.
I just want to see.
Yes, AEK I think beat OFI 2-0 in the
2-0. Oh, this is match days? Is it? So it's how does this work?
Oh, I
match day 1 of 5, 2 of 5. That's okay. Well,
yeah. If you want to click on the AEK OFI, it might talk a little bit more about it.
Oh wait, that's just This is crazy. Hold on.
Yep.
I got a figure of a. All right, we're gonna do some research.
Yeah.
And because I really just wanted to see
how
as well as they're playing in Europe, could they be in line for
it does suck
a double or maybe even a treble at that point?
It does suck that they removed the Greek League's ability to get one automatic Champions League slot and then one play-in Champions League slot, because it was nice to see AK in while we could, but
the Greek Cup was completely reformed from the 25-26 season onward. The new form of the competition includes qualifying rounds, a league phase, in single quarterfinals.
Yep.
Okay, so that's where we are. Let me see the 25-20. So this is the first year that they're doing this.
Yep.
So AEK are currently perfect in the league stage.
Yep.
Or league phase. They are on second due to goal differential behind Levadiakos.
Yep.
And I'm sure I pronounced that perfectly.
That's fine.
Pristine. Along with Aris Thessaloniki, who's on 10 points, and Olympiakos on 9. And the top 4, it looks like... So it kind of looks like a mini Champions League, right? I mean, you have... Yeah. You have the first 4 getting in automatically. The second 4 are seeded to play at a playoff against the third 4.
You'll also notice that it's all 20 teams in Greece, not just the 12 from the Super League.
Yeah. That's cool. I like that. So who knows? We could be on a historic treble for AEK.
That'd be nice.
My one for the road, we talked about it a bit offline here. U.S. Soccer have announced Banner as their official mascot. The dog. Generic looking, I've heard some people calling it a golden doodle.
I think it looks like a brown Labrador, essentially.
So I think one of the original shouts as posted by U.S. Soccer was a Chesapeake Bay Retriever.
Yes.
So either way, first of all, I don't think a National Soccer Federation needs an official mascot. And if they did,
again, you chalk it up to U.S. sports. Every team has a mascot.
Dog?
What else? What else we get? Eagle?
A bald eagle, a fierce eagle. Get one of those.
Yeah. But then all the Eagles fans with low IQs are going to get confused.
Did you hear that, Pear? He's talking about you.
Oh man.
No, I don't know. First of all, it's like they mailed it in.
Yeah.
I don't
know. I mean, if anything, they should have got Gritty.
Yeah.
The guy from the the Flyers, right, or whatever that guy is.
Yeah. I don't know.
Get him to be the temporary mascot for the year.
First of all, the team only plays 12, 14 games a year.
Yeah.
Of all the things that U.S. Soccer could put their resources into, a freaking dog mascot.
It's for the kids.
All right, if you want to do something for the kids.
Listen, I told you, it feels like the days of McGruff in the Dare.
Make it cheaper for our kids to play
the pyramid
soccer
scheme of
in
Dare,
this country.
essentially.
This is it's out of this world. They missed the mark.
I'm sure Pete will have an issue with it.
They missed the timing. And you also do this the week after the World Cup draw. If you were going to do it,
at the draw.
At the draw. The whole thing.
Dude comes on a big, dog mascot thing on there.
The whole thing is just off to me. And I don't know.
I think it sums up U.S. soccer as a whole. I think it sums up.
There you go.
It's U.S. always late to the party with ideas of what they always throwing out strange ideas of why are you doing this?
Right.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. What are you doing?
That is
welcome to the U.S.
In the words of the wise Randy Jackson, it's a no for me, dog.
It's a no for me, dog.
Literally, dog.
Literally the dog. Yeah, it's a no for the dog.
I can't do it. Watch, my daughters are gonna absolutely
what's next?
love.
It makes you think what's next, right?
A cat.
Well, halftime shows, right? No, they already did that.
And as I predicted,
drinking breaks.
It has been announced that they are working on coming up with proper commercial breaks for the hydration breaks.
Yeah, all the South American and African teams are laughing.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild. But at any rate, thank you for joining us on another great Monday for A Soccer Fan Walks Into a Bar. Please give us a like, subscribe, follow, share on Twitch, on YouTube, on our Instagram account.
Go check out the main internet page.
Webpage. www.cdunewburgh.com. And I did have a couple meetings today about doing some things to enhance our website as well.
Enhance our Twitch experience. Enhance the website.
We have a lot of things cooking right now to make the experience better for all of you in our audience. Thank you so much. We couldn't do any of this without you. Jump into our Discord. If you have any things that you want us to talk about or any match parties that you want us to showcase, reach out in Discord. We're happy to help accommodate and make you guys feel like you're a part of this community, which you absolutely 100% are. Nas, thank you for joining me on this frigid Monday.
Yep.
I woke up this morning, I think it was 8 degrees.
Here's one for the road.
Yeah, another one for the road. What do you got?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 50 degrees on Friday.
Yeah, but rain.
Rain and 50.
Also, by the way, this is how bad we are. Another one for the road is this Thursday. If you are local to Newburgh
brewery,
and Newburgh Brewing Company, I will let Nas fill you in on what's going on.
Yeah, so we do a monthly game night where people of all ages are welcome. We do any type of board game, card game. We have a D&D group that comes out. They've been steady. That's 3 months in a row with 8 people showing up for it, which is nice.
We have 6 Beano boards.
6 Beano boards. Yeah, a bunch of Jenga stuff. So you can either bring your own, come play one of ours, come hang out. We tend to have a Warhammer setup just for people to come in that are interested in it, because we're just showing stuff that's offered by Stacy over at the Board Game
Bounty Hunter is a great partner of ours here, doing putting on events and build. This is one of the things. Obviously, we are soccer centric here, but we want to build communities here and give people an outlet for whether it's board games, whether it's soccer watching, whether it's
smoking.
Whether it's our holiday parties for other local businesses. So we are here to be a haven for anything and everything legal in the area. So again, thank you guys so much for listening.
Yes.
Our next scheduled broadcast will be Saturday morning, the pour over. So stay tuned. We usually get started around 8 a.m. for that, and it leads right into our 10 o'clock kickoff. So
nice slow week with no midweek action.
Yeah, there's EFL Cup action, but nothing was
crazy.
like, oh my God, we have to stay tuned for this.
Yes.
Plus, after Champions League last week and everything, with that and Christmas coming up, I need a little bit of a lull.
A little bit of a break.
Yeah,
There's 10 days till Christmas.
I know
10 days.
That is ridiculous. And you know what? I'm gonna come up with a something for social media. We'll do a poll, try to engage the audience in a Christmas themed question. And we are in night 2 of Hanukkah.
Should come up with a 12 nights of Christmas.
Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Three hat-trick heroes.
Let's workshop that and stay tuned on our social medias at CDU Newburgh on Instagram to see what we got cooking for you for holiday fun. So thank you again, guys. Cheers, and we'll see you either Friday afternoon for the Dortmund match or Saturday morning right here live 8 a.m. for the pour over. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.